I'm going to kick things off by talking about a really feel-good story for this organization, Cam Fowler, drafted in 2010, and the way that he's developed as a player, and this year gets elected to his first NHL All-Star game. Is that as good of a feel story for the media as it is for the organization?
Absolutely is. Cam is deserving of every praise he gets this year. He was put on the fire right in his first year, right after the draft. He had some growing pains, but he's given Ducks team a lot over the years, and finally he's getting rewarded for it.
Can you see this year that he's maybe taken his game to the next level, maybe flip the switch, if you will?
I've been a big fan of Cam for a long time, and I think it's just a natural progression. He's probably more mature and confident man at this point, and it shows.
First half of the regular season is behind us, and the Ducks have really dipped into the minor league system for some help and some depth, and really youth has been served this year. I mean, 7 rookies have donned a Ducks jersey, 6 of them making their NHL debuts. Just being the director of scouting, have you been proud to see these guys come through and really contribute this year?
Yeah, that's our motivation, right? We, as a staff, we're out there around 200 nights a year searching for the next Kasha, and to finally see guys like him and Joseph making their way onto the team, whatever role they need to play, they filled in, and they brought some energy and enthusiasm, and you can see it on Andre's face every time he scores or makes a play. You can see he's absolutely delighted to be here and passionate about the opportunity he's getting.
There's an expectation when you select a guy in the first, second round for them to make the NHL club eventually, but like you mentioned, Akash in the 7th round, Kramarosa in the 3rd round, is that the ultimate feather in kind of your cap to try to find those diamonds in the rough, if you will?
Yeah, you hope that every kid that you draft has a chance, but statistically you know that they're not all going to make it. It's nice in both cases. We really like the way they brought a different skill set to our prospect pool. It's one thing to evaluate and draft these kids, but they need to continue to get better. And having so many young guys in the system and on the team right now shows that it's a team thing.
Yeah, it's certainly been impressive, absolutely. And it's also been benefiting from Nick Ritchie, drafted 10th overall 2014, and second year in the league. Seems like he's starting to take the steps that maybe you expected him to take when you drafted him.
Yeah, with Nick, it's about consistency, and I think he's getting more consistent game by game. Nick has really matured in the way he approaches how he prepares for the season, for games. Physically and fitness-wise, he's more ready to attack the long schedule. He's been put in great spots, I think, for him to succeed, and he understands that there's a responsibility to produce and to contribute when you're given those chances, and I think he looks like he's more ready to fulfill those this year.
The World Juniors have come and gone, and boy, what an ending that was between Team USA and Canada. But that aside, did you like the way that the Ducks prospects performed on that stage? And also, were you impressed by the overall talent pool that will be infused in the NHL very soon?
The talent around the world, the top end of the talent pool is as good as ever. This tournament was a good display of that, and I was glad to see especially 2 of our guys, Jacob Larson and Troy Terry, really stepping up in big games for their teams. And we all had a big smile on our faces when Troy scored that 3rd goal for the win in the semifinal.
NHL Draft Day is kind of like your Super Bowl. That's kind of where it all comes to a culmination, I know. But this year also, now you have the expansion draft as well. When you throw that curveball that is the expansion draft into this year, how does that change your philosophy or the way that you approach things?
I think the trading deadline and how teams prepare for the expansion draft will have an impact on how many picks are moved before the expansion draft, as teams try to protect some of their younger players or kids that they don't want to see go to an expansion team. And as such, I think there's going to be a lot of picks in play this year.
Perfect. Thanks so much for spending the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.